Hello, my beautiful friends, and happy Monday. Happy November. Oh my gosh, where has this year gone? Okay, I know you're busy. I know it's Monday. I know you've got life and families and all the things. So I want to give you a freaking awesome gem today. And I want to keep it quick and fabulous and then let you get off. So I was thinking today, so in my church, there is a day once a month where we fast. And that just means that you abstain from food for 2 consecutive meals because you are asking God for help with something specific. And instead of eating those 2 meals, you contribute what you would have paid for those 2 meals to the poor and the needy. And that's what we call fast offerings. And I haven't really been able to fast for the last 4 years because I've been pregnant or nursing. And so when you're pregnant or nursing, you shouldn't really abstain from food for 2 meals. So yesterday, I really wanted to fast though. And I am pregnant. For those of you who didn't know, I'm 25 weeks. Not 25 weeks. Yes, I'll be 26 weeks on Thursday. So I decided that I wanted to fast in a different way. And I decided I wanted to fast by not having any sugar yesterday. And so I still ate my normal meals, but I did not have any sugar. And just in thinking about it, it made me realize I think I have a problem. I really think I am addicted to sugar. And so waking up this morning, I was like, okay, therefore what? You had this realization yesterday because it was one day and it was so hard. And I'm a freaking health coach, y'all. I've been a health coach for 4 years and still have a problem with sugar. Yeah. So I decided that I wanted to abstain from sugar. And I was like, okay, but how do I do this? Cause I don't know about y'all, but okay, go outside and ask Daddy if he can help you, please. Okay. Daddy's meditating. Okay. Okay, I'll help you. One sec, guys. My cute boy needs some more water and Daddy is meditating. One sec. Okay, sorry, back. So I was thinking this morning, okay, that's a big goal and it's November and the holidays are really coming. So how do I actually do this? Because I don't know about you guys, but I have set so many goals that I'm okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I last 2 days and then I totally fizzle out and quit on my goal. And I'm okay, never mind. That was too hard. I actually didn't really want that anyways. And so I was thinking back to all the times that I set a goal that I actually stuck to. And I had a few scenarios pop into my head. And I was just thinking about okay, well, what did I do differently during those times to actually stick to my goal? And so I wanted to share the things that I came up with that actually made me stick to my goal. So I read somewhere, I'm so sorry that I can't remember where, that a lot of the times when you set a big lofty goal and you share it with other people, they automatically respond back with oh my gosh, you're amazing. I can't believe you're going to do that type of thing, which automatically gives you a reward. It automatically gives your brain a dopamine hit of I'm the shiz. And you feel like you already accomplished it, even though all you did was express your desire to have the goal. So in this book that I was reading, again, I apologize that I can't remember where this comes from, but they talked about be careful with how you share your goals with other people and always preface it. So I've started doing this since I read this book with, okay, I'm going to share my goals with Blake, but I always tell him, okay, I'm going to tell you my goal,
Mama,
but I don't want you.
We forgot to take a hot shower.
Oh my gosh, we'll have to take a hot shower in just a little bit, okay?
After you talk to your friend.
Exactly. I always preface it with, okay, babe, I'm going to tell you my goal, but I don't want you to congratulate me. I don't want you to tell me like, wow, like that'll be awesome. I want you to ask me questions like, okay, how are you going to do it? Or what's your plan or whatever, so that I don't have that dopamine hit immediately from sharing my goal. So the very first thing that I want to tell you when you're setting a big lofty goal is that be careful when you're sharing it with other people, and lead with something similar to that, so that you don't automatically get the reward of, oh, I already accomplished it, when all you did was express your desire to accomplish it. Yes. But that leads into the second thing that I want to tell you. You do need to tell someone, because it's just like having a goal and not writing it down. You'll remember it for, if your brain's better than mine, maybe a day, maybe 2 days. If your brain's similar to mine, you'll remember it for about 2 hours. And so you need to tell someone. And I would really encourage you to tell someone who is not your spouse. Someone who is a friend, or someone who's got similar goals as you, and someone who will keep you accountable, someone who will ask you how you're doing, someone who will call you out on your crap when you're not showing up the way you said you would. And I say not your spouse, because it is so easy to, you guys love each other, hopefully, no matter what. And sometimes when you share your goals just with your spouse only, and you like cave on your goals, they're still going to love you. And it's kind of a tricky relationship with you and your spouse, that if they hold you accountable to it and they're like, hey, like, I thought you said you weren't going to do that. Like, for whatever reason, hey, sweetheart, please don't touch my computer. Sorry. For whatever reason, when they hold us accountable, we take it as an attack on us, that they don't think we're good enough, or why do you think I should do that, or whatever, when it was really your desire to do that goal and for them to hold you accountable. But truly, I want you to pick someone besides your spouse, so that it doesn't turn into like a marital conflict when they actually hold you accountable. Yeah. The second thing that I realized that I did so for example, let me give you some examples. So I had a goal this time last year, that I was going to complete the program 80-Day Obsession, nutrition included, during the holidays, during Halloween. It took me all of October, all of November, and up through December 29th to finish 80-Day Obsession. And the people I told was my following, my social media following. And I got so into it. Sweetheart, look at what you're doing. Please don't do that, okay? I got so into it that I told them, y'all, the sugar craving is real right now. And I want a peppermint shake from Chick-fil-A so freaking bad. So I'm telling you this, I am not going to have sugar through this 80 days. And if I cave, everyone who comments on this post, I'm going to owe them $5 if I cave on my goal of having no sugar. You better believe that comment got a lot of posts, or vice versa. That post got a lot of comments, but I was serious. I was serious about my goal. I was serious about sticking to it. And I was serious about sharing it with others and having them hold me accountable. And guess what? I made it. I did it all 80 days. Through the holidays, I gave myself 5 days off, Halloween, 1 day randomly in there somewhere for like an unplanned impromptu party or family thing that I wanted some sweets. Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. And so I gave myself those 5 days off. And if you're not familiar with 80-Day Obsession, there's refeed days every 2 weeks where you also get some sweets. And so I had those 5 days plus the refeed days that I could have my sweet fix. And I totally did it. I crushed it. And it felt so good because I told my following and I had them keep me accountable. So you might be hearing this and like, okay, yeah, but I'm not a coach. So what? If you're not a coach, you can still share it with your following. Yes. And you can still have other people hold you accountable. That is one of the beautiful things about social media. But I'm also going to put in a plug. If you are sharing it with your following, guess what? You're basically acting like a coach, so you should become a coach. Okay, moving on. The second example I want to give is I had a business goal, and I reached out to my leader who had the same goal as me, and I needed to achieve something under my husband, and she needed to achieve something in her business in order for us to achieve this goal together. And we just were like, we were keeping each other accountable to our daily actions that we needed to take. We were texting back and forth almost constantly. I was telling her about my nutrition. We were telling each other basically everything, talking almost all day, every day for this 6-week period that we were pushing for it. And we both achieved it. And it felt so good because we linked arms and we ran together to accomplish it. And she was keeping me accountable. It wasn't just my spouse. Yeah. So when you've set your goal, first thing I want you to remember is to tell someone about it. But again, remember, don't just tell them with the intent to get that dopamine hit. Oh, wow. Okay, I already feel like I accomplished it. I'm going to tell someone that, yeah, I'm going to run a marathon. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. And then you don't run a marathon because you already feel like you did, because you got that dopamine hit of telling somebody that you're going to run a marathon. Yeah. Okay. The second thing I did was I reminded myself every single day. So this is maybe silly, but I was listening to the book, Girl, Wash Your Face. And in it, she talks about setting goals and having integrity and actually sticking to your goals. And she talks about what if just this once you actually did what you committed to do? And it's this whole segment of okay, we are integritous to everybody else in our lives, but not to ourselves. And the first person we break a promise to is ourselves. That's so sad. And what if just this once you set a goal and you actually did it? And she gives an example of abstaining from Diet Coke for 30 days. And so I heard that right before I did my 80-day obsession thing. And I made a screensaver on my phone that was visually appealing to me. And all it said was, what if just this once? And it makes me emotional because there were so many times that I wanted to quit. 80 days is a long time. It was 3 months during the holidays. And I saw that every single day on my phone. What if just this once I actually did what I said I was going to do? And it didn't say that. It just said, what if just this once, ... So that I could fill in the blank with, I actually complete 80-day obsession. I actually go sugar-free through the holidays. I actually see this through, right? There were so many, what if just this once with that one goal. Yeah. So set a visual reminder, whether that's a screensaver on your phone, whether that's you print out a picture. I know so many people who are pushing for a goal and they print out something and they put it on their mirror, or they put it by the space that they work out, or they put it in their kitchen where that's their weak spot because they really want to stay strong with their nutrition or whatever. Yes. Physically have a reminder somewhere that you'll see it every single day, multiple times a day, that is reminding you of your goal. And whether that's a picture or words or whatever, have it written down. And there was another time that I was going sugar-free, and I wrote down, what do you want more? And that was all it said. And because I remember reading something that said okay, just in those moments of weakness, you just have to ask yourself, what do you want more? Do you want a healthy, toned body that is fueled by healthy, energizing food, where you look amazing, you feel amazing? Or do you want a cookie that's going to last maybe 30 seconds? What do you want more? And I put all it said was, what do you want more? And I put it on my pantry. And it was a physical reminder of every single time I went to open my pantry. Because, let's be real, if you're eating clean, you're eating food from the fridge. Yes, there's a few things like breads or tortillas or Shakeology or whatever that you can get from your pantry, but 95% of your food is coming from the fridge. So I had to see that and remind myself every single time I open my pantry, what do you want more? And it was a good reminder of, okay, no, I want a healthy, toned body that I feel amazing in, outside, inside, more than I want the cookie that's behind the pantry door. Yeah. So remind yourself of it. Yes. And set those visual reminders wherever you can. Like, and if you have multiple spots, if you have one on your mirror and one in your workout space and one in your kitchen and one on your phone, more power to you. Yeah, you will be reminded of it often. Yeah. Okay. And then the last tip that I have for you is to know the reward. And one more thing that I want to say about reminding yourself, I actually, in both of those instances that I shared, the 80-day obsession one, the goal that I pushed for in my business, and another time that I pushed for a big goal in my business, I set, for whatever reason, Daddy does have a meeting in 13 minutes, huh? Okay, I'm almost done. And then I can come help you. Can Daddy help you get 20 dinosaurs before he goes upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, go ask him.
Yeah.
Sorry. For whatever reason, my nails are really motivating to me. And I think it's because like my mom always had pretty nails like growing up, and she always had her nails done. And so I got a manicure, and the colors that I picked were specific to like the goal that I wanted. So there was, for this time that I was pushing with my girl Megan, the reward was a Disneyland retreat. And so I painted my nails like red and black and like Disneyland Mickey, and I set like a Disneyland screensaver on my phone. And then there was another time that I was pushing for a goal, and I knew that it would really bless me and Blake. And my favorite color is purple, and Blake's favorite color is orange. So I made my nails purple and orange. And then there was another time, like when I committed to MM100, that the MM100 colors are like white and gold. So I made my nails white and gold so that I could remind myself of the 100-day commitment that I had set for myself. And then there was another time that I really, 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 really needed to clip my toenails. Like, maybe this is weird and gross, but I wanted to get a pedicure. And if you've ever gotten a pedicure, like, they always get after you if you clip your own toenails, and they're like, oh, you clip your own, right? Like, and you're like, yeah, so what? Like, and they like can tell when you clip your own toenails versus have it professionally done. And so I told myself, I cannot clip my toenails until I hit this goal. And because when I hit this goal, I'm going to go get a pedicure, and that's going to be my reward. And this kind of bleeds into know the reward. Yeah. Give yourself a physical, tangible reward that you're pushing for, and know what it is. Like I said, that one time it was a trip to Disneyland. And then another time it was getting a pedicure, right? And so it can be something grand. It can be something tiny. It can be, there was another time that I pushed hard for a goal, and I told myself, okay, if I hit this goal, I'm going to give myself X amount of dollars to spend on my birthday when I go shopping with my friends. And if I don't hit the goal, then I only get this much. And so it like pushed me to show up because I wanted more money to be able to spend on myself for my birthday when we went shopping. Yeah. So know the specific reward that you're going to give yourself. And it always brings to mind like this meme that I saw that said, don't reward yourself with food. You're not a dog. And I just always think about that when I'm thinking of like rewards. Make the reward something that's not counterintuitive to your goals. So don't like, okay, if I go 20 days without sugar, I'm going to have a day where I get to eat all the sugar in the world, because you're going to feel like crap, and you're going to feel like crap. And that's really just the main thing. You're going to feel like crap if that's what you do. So give yourself the reward of a new pair of pants, or a certain amount of dollars that you can spend at this specific place that you love, or getting a pedicure, or going on this trip, or whatever the goal might be, or a date night with your spouse where you get a babysitter and you get to go by yourselves, or whatever. Like, make it a goal that is still helping you achieve your ultimate goal and isn't undoing everything that you just did. Yeah. So that's the tips that I have for you. So again, recapping, know your goal. First of all, that's kind of important. Tell someone your goal. And again, not your spouse, preferably. And make sure you're careful when you are telling them. Remind yourself of your goal by setting visual reminders in as many places as you can. On your phone, your nails, like me, putting in your kitchen, your mirror, your pantry, your whatever, your workout space, whatever you need to see. See it often, see it everywhere, and then know the reward that you're going to give yourself when you accomplish it. Yes. So with that said, I want to start a challenge. in our Powerful Beyond Measure Fight Club Facebook group, because I was thinking back to when I'm in January, it will be 10 years soda free for me. And I was thinking back to what I did when I started that. And it was actually my older sister, Ashley, who's also now my coach and has been for the last 4 years. But she gave us a challenge, me and my aunt and her. We were going to just do this little competition with each other. And it was just like a checklist of 10 things, just like healthy habits. And obviously like a 10 was a perfect score. And I can't remember exactly what we did, but we just made it like, okay, like you have to get a 10 so many days in the week. And if you do, then like, or no, it was the person with the most points at the end of the month gets to be treated to dinner or something like that. And like the other two would have to pay for it. And that girl, the person who won, was free. And so we just had this like little competition with each other, and it lasted like a month or two, and my aunt won, and it was awesome and great. But they stopped doing it and I continued to do it, and just for myself, and I loved it. And so I've actually been thinking about this for months now, that I was like, I need to really bring back like that checklist of 10 things and just be tracking them every day. And just try my best to do my best on those 10 things. And then I was like, okay, well, hello, Bryn, like you're a health coach, like open this up to your people, like see if they want to do it with you too. So I don't think we'll do like a cash reward or anything, or like a competition between each other. But I think what we'll do is I will upload the 10 things in the files section of Powerful Beyond Measure Fight Club. And then you can decide how many days you want to get a 10. What is realistic for you? And the only rule I'm going to have is that the answer cannot be 7, because I love you, but you're not perfect and you will mess up. And I don't want to try to create perfectionists in my group, because that is not a realistic goal. So the only rule in this is that the goal cannot be 7. You have to give yourself grace to mess up and to fail sometimes. Okay. So you can pick like, okay, I want to get a 10 3 times. I want to get a 10 once. I want to get a 10 6 times. And I'm going to allow myself one break day. Okay. And then you can pick a reward for yourself. That's like, if you do it every week for a month, or you can have a weekly goal. If you're like, okay, if I did it 5 days, like I said I was going to, I get this, and I'm going to let you guys reward yourselves. But I think I will reward consistently showing up and being accountable, even if you didn't hit your goal. You can reward yourself if you hit your goal. I will reward you for continuing to post your tracker every single week and showing up. And we'll just have like all the people who continue to show up and post their tracker. Love you. Have fun. Good luck. Sorry, let me mute myself. Sorry, Blake is leaving to meet with someone. So, because I, like I said, I don't want to create perfectionists. And I just really want to drive home the point of, I just want you to keep showing up, even if you suck, even if you fail, even if you like literally roll around in the dirt and you're like, oh my gosh, I hate my life. I just want you to pick yourself back up and try again. Yes. And keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. And we're going to do this through the end of the year, and we'll chat more come January 1st if we want to keep going. So let me tell you the 10 things, because I really love them, and they're really just healthy habits anyways. So the first thing is to exercise for at least 15 minutes. Okay. If you do that, check. Cool. Okay, go ahead. You know how. There's a potty right, and your little potty is in that room. The second thing is to drink half your weight in ounces of water. Okay. The third thing is to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. The fourth thing is to go without soda. The fifth thing is to go without sugar. And sugar meaning just like candy, cake, ice cream, whatever. Like there is sugar in spaghetti sauce, and there is sugar in orange juice and yogurt and all the things. When I'm saying sugar-free, I'm meaning specifically don't have treats. Yes, like no cookies, no cakes, no brownies, no ice cream, no Halloween candy, whatever, like sugar-free. I want to see Jordan's comment. She said, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this and feel like I have needed this challenge in my life. And honestly, I feel so bad because I've literally been thinking about this for months. And I'm like, Bryn, get your shiz together and do this with your people, okay? Number 6 is to eat 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, okay? If you're following To Be Mindset, that should be really easy. If you're following Ultimate Portion Fix, that should be really easy, yeah? But really, like, it's just 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. And I would challenge you to have more fruits, or take that back. Hi, cutie. More vegetables than fruits. So don't have 5 servings of fruit and no servings of vegetables and check that box. I mean, technically you can, because it just says 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, but technically that would be lying because it says and vegetables. So you would at least have to have 4 fruits and 1 vegetable to really truly check that box. But I really want to challenge you to have more veggies than fruits. So at least 3 servings of veggies, 2 servings of fruits to check that box. But again, that's the personal standard I'm going to hold myself to. You can hold yourself to whatever standard you want to. Stop eating 3 hours before bed. Or if you follow To Be Mindset, that just means dinner and done. But I know some people like eat dinner at 5, and that's hard because they don't go to bed till 10:30. And that's like hard to go that long without eating anything. And I know a lot of people like to drink Shakeology for dessert as their like sweet end of treat day. So I prefer, instead of dinner and done, hi sweetheart, I prefer 3 hours, stop eating 3 hours before bed, because me and my husband go to bed at like 10:30 typically. So that just means by 7:30. I need to be done eating. So if I eat with my family at 6:30, I can still have my Shakeology between 6:30 and 7:30 as my dessert, and then I can still check that box. And it doesn't have to be dinner and done. So stop eating 3 hours before bed. And then 8, 9, and 10, I changed from when I did this like a few years ago. I think one of them was like, take 1,000 steps, and I don't have like a way to track my steps unless I look at my iPhone, whatever. I don't want to do that. And I can't remember honestly what the other 2 were. So the last 3 I filled in for us based on things that I've learned and that I think will not only bless our health physically, but also mentally and spiritually. So number 8 is to express gratitude, and whatever that means, like say thank you to someone via text, via in person, call someone, write down in a journal what you're grateful for. Make a list of things you're grateful for, at least 3 things a day, like whatever that looks like for you. Holland, can you please go do that in the other room? Because you are so cute, but you have such a loud, awesome voice. Can you go do that in there, please? Please? Or you can whisper, that's fine too. That's not a whisper. Okay, I'm almost done. So express gratitude. And number 9 is to play unplugged. And again, I would challenge you at least 15 minutes. And for me, that means playing unplugged with my kids, like putting my phone in another room. I'm just going to sit on the floor. We're going to play dinosaurs. We're going to play Marble Works. We're going to play a stuffed animal, throw it at each other. I'm going to jump on the tramp with them. We're going to go on a walk. I don't care who it's with or what you do. If it's even by yourself, like just no technology. Your phone is somewhere else. The TV is somewhere else. Your iPad, your computer, whatever, it's somewhere else. And you're just going to play. Like play. Yes. And do things that you enjoy, whether that's dance or turn on some music and like jam out in the shower or like whatever. Playing doesn't have to be like, I went down the slide, right? Like whatever play means to you, just playing unplugged for at least 15 minutes. And then the 10th thing is to read for either 10 pages or 10 minutes. And again, just get a good book. Specifically, I would encourage you to do more of like a personal development type of book, personal development or spiritual development. And you can count scriptures if you want, but I personally would do something more than that, because if you're religious like me, you should already be reading your scriptures every single day and making that a daily habit. So this is to encourage you to do things in addition to what you should already be doing, right? So I'm going to read my scriptures and read 10 pages of a good book, or read for at least 10 minutes, yes? And there's no harm in doing that, yeah? So, but if you're like one of those people that you're like, really, I suck at reading my scriptures so bad. So I'm going to start there, and I'm going to start by reading my scriptures for 10 minutes every day, or 10 pages of my scriptures, or whatever you want to do. start there. Great. Once you made that a habit, add on an additional resource, a personal development book or a spiritual development book or a parent book or whatever. Every once in a while, yes, of course, you can read a fiction book and count that, but I would really encourage you to make this a nonfiction read. Fiction has really great things for you, obviously, to escape into another world, and it's super fun to read fiction books. But I would encourage you to more often than not make it a nonfiction book. Yeah. And those are the 10 things. So, again, you don't have to participate in this. But this is just a way that I want to push myself to have healthier habits. And I personally am probably going to make my number 5, to get 5 days of the week, so that I can give myself 2 days of life to mess up and to struggle. And then I personally will probably give myself a monthly reward, that if I do 5, or maybe a weekly reward, just a small one, and then a bigger monthly reward if I do it the whole month. Yeah. So I just wanted to open this up and extend it to you, to do it with me. And I wanted to explain it a little more. So again, I'll go back, recap one more time. When you're setting a goal, tell someone other than your spouse, and remember to be careful about how you tell them so that you don't get that dopamine hit right away. Remind yourself of it by setting visual reminders everywhere you can, everywhere you need to, and know the reward. Yeah. And then again, I'm going to do this challenge if you want to see it through with me through the end of the year. And I love that there's things like sleep. And again, that's why I'm going to give myself 2 days off, because I'm a mom and my kid is sick and I have not gotten 6 hours of sleep for like 4 nights in a row. So, and that's not my fault, but I'm trying, So again, the only rule is that you can't have 7, because life happens and sometimes you just can't do all these things. Yeah. So that's everything that I have for you today. I don't see any questions or comments specifically in the chat, so I will stop the recording. If you're on live, stay on live and we will chat. But look for I'm just plugging in my computer so my computer doesn't die. Look for the file uploaded in the file section of Powerful Beyond Measure Fight Club. I will post that sometime today, as soon as I can. And then we will get started on this challenge. So I love you. I believe in you. I am here for you. If there's something specific that you want me to cover on these nutrition boot camps, please, please, please reach out to me or your coach or whoever added you to this group, so that we can have those things addressed. If there's specific questions or things that you struggle with that you're like, can you please talk about that? Even if it's not nutrition specific, if it's mindset specific or whatever, spirituality specific, any aspect of health, really this should be called like the health boot camp, right? Please reach out. Please let me know. I would love to help you, and I would love to address the things that you need addressed. So I love you. Have a fabulous week. Have a fabulous November. Have a fabulous life. Yeah. And I'll see you later.